5G C-band debacle. And what a freaking disaster. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to just kind of review what I've tweeted about this thing. A, did we not know the C-band was coming for how long? Okay, was this like a first we heard of it? Second of all, did we not do any research during the process of deploying these antennas in this infrastructure for this C-band deployment? Did we not consider the possible interference because of near band overlap or crossover interference that could mess with instruments in various different things like, I don't know, jumbo jets and massive airfields all over the United States? Pat, I am freaking puzzled as to how we could be so uncoordinated here between, say, the FAA, between the FCC, between the airlines, the service providers and carriers that are deploying this thing, that it's like, oh my God, we're going to turn them on this week. We might want to think about whether there's an interference issue. I mean, couldn't they like set some of this stuff up around some of this equipment and say, hey, what happened? Let's test out what sort of potential risks are. We'll have someone standing by. If there's any interference, we could shut it down instantly to make sure that everybody's safe. We will not expose passengers and the public to this thing. And then, you know, it kind of brings me back to, you remember all these days of having to turn off our phones and then having to put it, and then eventually got to the point where it's kind of like, I don't even know why they make the announcement anymore. Nobody puts their phones in airplane mode. They don't check it. And if it was really a risk of causing some sort of instrumentation issue, it wouldn't just be like, please turn them off. It would be like, you know, put your phones in this, you know, steel bucket until we've taken off, and then you can come reclaim them. It's insane. It's actually insane. And so here's a couple of things that are on my mind. One is, it's amazing how nobody's willing to say anything. So you pointed out that Neville Ray, one of the leaders at T-Mobile, talked about their specific tech, and I'll leave that for you to talk about here. But I watched Hans Vestager go on CNBC, wouldn't talk about it. FCC wouldn't talk about it. The FAA, nobody has clarity. I said, where is the data on this thing? How in the world did we get this far and not have published data on the quality, the risks, the interference of this band? And then, of course, you sold this band. The SEC sold this band for billions of dollars, and now they're going to tell these companies that maybe they can't use it in 50 major markets pending an investigation that you're waiting till now to do. All right, my head's going to freaking explode. I don't want to, the word I want to use with the FPAT, by the way, I can't use because we'd get one of those censorships on our show. I don't want to have a censorship, but I'm effing mind blown by the fact that we seem so disorganized here. And by the way, we're like a week in and it seems like everyone's flying again.
Gosh, Daniel, why are you so upset? The FAA budget's only $17.5 billion. I mean, you'd expect them to squeak by with that amount of money and figure this out. I mean, I don't know what you would expect. You know, no, I am completely disgusted with the FAA for letting this. I'm less disgusted with the FCC, but hey, we're one big happy family. We spend more, we get taxed more than we should, and we should demand that screw-ups like this get addressed. And I got to tell you, I don't know what Buttigieg is doing, or where he was spending his time, or what he was thinking. This is in his camp. The one thing I will point out is and I think that T-Mobile deserves a victory lap, right? And they deserve a victory lap because their mid-band doesn't conflict with any of this. And I give them credit for having the foresight for acquiring Sprint that had that spectrum. Neville Ray came out, and I was glad he did. Essentially, he said, hey, you know, we use 600 megahertz, 2.5 gigahertz, not the 3.7 to 4.2 that the FAA is concerned about. And he also threw AT&T and Verizon under the bus, saying that this is their issue. So I'll give them a little bit of a victory lap on the foresight here. Maybe it was luck, maybe it was sheer brilliance. It doesn't matter. But mid-band, T-Mobile, put it all around the airports. Not an issue.
Seems like a good idea, although I sometimes do wish my T-Mobile was a little faster. I am a T-Mobile user, full disclosure, and T-Mobile is a customer, full disclosure. So I just want to say all that. But I am a pretty big time user. I do want to see everything get faster because, well, I like it fast. So, Pat, last topic, exciting. By the way, sorry if I sounded pouty about all that 5G stuff. I just can't believe we can't find anyone to give us like any good insights on this. Like you had to come to the 6.5 to get the good insights and the good.
I want to head. Listen, I think Anshul and Will, if I can pat them on the back, I think they've done the best coverage date of anybody. Maybe Sasha Sagan from PC Mag has done a pretty good job, but I'm outraged. Especially with the tax. I think I spent most of my Christmas holiday working on tax stuff. And this is our tax dollars at work. And I want a rational explanation other than dereliction of duty. I mean, Buttigieg needs to explain himself.